Hey guys, John here in Turquoise Sunsets, and I'm at the park in Reno, Virginia Lake Park. And it's a beautiful park, a good one for walking around and feeding the ducks, and it's got a kind of a track around the entire park. And it seems to be a lot of air traffic today, but I'm going to just keep on going. Sorry about that. It looks like the local news choppers staying busy or whatever. But anyway, this track around the park is about 1.1 miles. It's good to get a couple of laps in. And then there's a beautiful little playground across the way, just across the street. And that's where Maurice is right now, playing with Brianna. But I want to give a little update also what we're doing. We stayed here a little longer in Reno than we planned to. The weather finally broke, that cold, nasty weather, and we had a couple, 3 good days so far. Yesterday was in the 70s. I can't believe it. It had been the longest winter and coldest winter in 20 years here, and people that have been around that long, and I was here 20 years ago, they also agree it's just the worst, and it can be kind of depressing. I can see why people that up in Washington and Oregon, they talk about the weather having an impact on people's mental state and happiness. I can see that. I'm so happy that it's been nice and warm the last few days, and we've been making our plans and been debating what do we want to do next. This is the kind of situation we're in now, where we have the option to do just about anything we want to do right now, and it's one of those things you just you have so many choices, you're boggled down with choices and can't decide which thing to do. And we do a lot of research at the while we've been sitting tight here for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and looking at airline tickets and places around out of the country, and also road trips and places across the United States. We've been thinking about going to North Carolina to check that out, to see about homes and quality of life over there. And then at the same time, we get the urge to go back to the Philippines right away. Although we just returned from there about 2 or 3 months ago now, and I would like to see Thailand, Malaysia, Bali, and then we'd also like to go to Costa Rica, and that's back over here again, and wouldn't mind spending a few weeks in Tampa, Florida. So I've been on the phone today to the hotels as far as the option for road trips go, and it actually applies to going overseas as well, because you do hotels over there too, and you gain a lot of points. And right here I've got these reward programs that we belong to, and they end up getting a lot of free rooms, which is really nice. And we got the Choice Rewards, Marriott, IHG, which is Holiday Inn, and then the Wyndham, which is a Days Inn. And you just keep racking up these free rooms, which we haven't used for a while, but we're gonna. So now we're leaning towards just go ahead and enjoy the hotels here, and go do some travel across the country, and maybe go see North Carolina. So that's where we're at right now, and that's why we just can't decide which thing we want to do. But we're thinking about the hotels, and we're also looking at RVs, and maybe we've been looking at RVs for a couple of years, and looking at RVs and debating the difference of those and the advantages of just hitting an RV for buying one and just traveling the country and staying in one of those. So we really like the idea of RV living, and it would suit us, I think, because we could just get up and go here and there all year round, and then if we left the country, we could just park it into a storage facility somewhere, and then do our travels out of the country, and then come back and go back to the storage facility and get the RV and get it cleaned up and take off again for a few months or whatever we wanted to do. That's the thing. But the thing about the RVs, it's a very romantic idea, and I still like it. I really do, and Marisa really likes it, and Brianna. I know she would just have a ball with that. But you know, RVs are a decent one is used is about $100,000, and it's just hard for me to take the depreciation hit on something like that. But you know, you can weigh out the good and the bad with it, and that's the struggle I have. Is I don't like buying anything that depreciates in value. It's you know, bad enough I bought my car and it depreciated, but now I've had it many years, so it's really paid for itself over and over again. So that's the biggest reservation I think I have about RVs, is just the upkeep, the insurance, the fuel cost. Fuel cost is 8 to 10 miles a gallon traveling the country. And my car is 20 to 23 miles a gallon, so you've got that difference. You've got the convenience of having all your stuff in an RV. That's the beauty of that, and you can take them around and park them at the parks that you want to park and stay there for a while, and then move them again. Another disadvantage with the RVs is that you have to, you know, of course you have to insure them. There's the maintenance, and then the depreciation, which is a big deal. And as far as like just using your car and doing a road trip, the advantages is that if you join all these reward programs, you can end up staying in nice hotels. You know, you can stay in the nicer hotels, and you get the free nights, so that adds back. But it's hard to beat the convenience, I think, of an RV. On the other hand, because then you have like the camping experience too. So that's a tough one to figure out. And you know, you buy an RV for $90,000 and decide you don't like it. A few years later, you sell it for $50,000, and boom, you know, you lost $40,000 like that. And I think I'm just too conservative for that, at least for right now. I haven't rectified it, justified it in my mind. So in the meantime, we're not going to do the RV thing. We're just going to work with the hotels and stay in the hotels along our travels here in the United States. And then when we go overseas too, we find the hotel chains are over there too. The Marriott is for sure over there, and that's the ones we'd like to use. So that's where we're at right now. So anyway, if you guys have any ideas or comments you'd like to leave, I'd love to read them. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later.